Hi, this is Sam from Keto Mostly. Today's video is about a question. Now, I'm going to pose the question, but only you, the viewers, have the answer. So here goes the question. Well, here goes the story before the question. What started me on thinking about this was my brother had asked me to do a keto meal plan for him. He had tried keto before, but I don't think he had a structure and he didn't have an informational resource at the time. I think he was just like, oh, I'll eat meat and bacon and I'll lose weight. And it doesn't necessarily work completely like that. So anyhow, I start doing the meal plan for him. And I started thinking long game versus short game. And what I mean by that is, you could go on keto for a month. You were trying to lose 20 pounds. You could lose that 20 pounds. You might lose 30 pounds. Most of it would be water weight. But when you stop doing the keto and go back to your body needing glucose, the body will hold water. The body will gain that weight back, and maybe more so. And I've had friends who did keto for a month, lost 20, 30 pounds because that's what they wanted to do. And they went back to I'm going to assume they were back to the standard American diet and got the weight back, all the water weight, and then some, it seemed like. So I tried to talk to some of my friends who've went through this, that to me, this is a long game approach. And by the long game, I mean, it's going to take about a month or maybe more before your body completely gets on board with burning fat, ketones, as opposed to burning glucose for energy. It takes your mitochondria and all your cells about that time going through half-lives to get used to the idea that, okay, we're not going to have glucose anymore. We're going to run on fat and ketones. I don't think that's a bad thing. That's when the magic kind of started to happen. That's when I really noticed my cognitive function definitely had improved, much less brain fog. I started to feel better in the joints. I started to feel much better in the joints, especially like my lower back and stuff, which, of course, as heavy as I was doing my lower back no favors constantly anyway by being as heavy as I was. But that's the question I have for you, the viewers. What is it you hope to get out of this? Are you in it for a short game, short-term success? Because you can do that. I mean, you can do it pretty quickly. Or are you in it for the long-term success? Now, for me, it was health benefits as well, because I had type 2 diabetes and I had high blood pressure. Now, of course, just taking the weight off helped those things immensely. But the diet itself and burning ketones as opposed to glucose has definitely helped with my regulation of insulin. But there's other things as well. Being able to maintain this weight or even lose this weight a little bit and still be able to eat foods that I enjoy. And like I say, I've said this a number of times, I'll say it again. There were not the resources available when I first started that there are now. Of course, that said, there's also a lot of stuff out there that says keto, and the macros may be right as far as the amount of carbs and this and that, but the ingredients are just garbage. So, back to the question. What is it you, the viewer, are looking to do? Are you looking to knock off that 20, 30 pounds and quite possibly gain it all back and then some because you'll go back to the habits that you were doing that made you chubbier in the first place? Or are you in it for the long term and all the health benefits? Well, I can't answer that question, but I could pose the question. And I think it's a very good question for anybody to ask before they begin a diet. Because there's more than one way to do this. There's keto, there's going vegan, there's higher carb, lower fat. There's not just one way to go about trying to lose weight. I have found for me that this is the most sustainable, and the health benefits have been the most sustainable through this. What do you think? All right, that's it for this video. I hope everybody's having a lovely Memorial Day weekend, and I will be coming back with another video, a consumer product review video on legendary pastries. They're like Pop-Tarts. They look delicious. All right, be good to each other. Bye.